Ray's Sports and Slams is a Boink Studios production. And now, on with the show.
What's up, everybody? It's Ray's Sports and Slams back at you again on another Monday evening. Thank you so much for following the show. Like, share, subscribe, boinkstudios.com. I've just finished plowing about 30 feet of snow, so I don't want to see snow for a long, long time. I am done. Let me get some nice warm weather. Get me on a beach. I can't take it. My back's killing me. Nah, it's not good. So, yes, boinkstudios.com is where you can find us. You can find my boy Tom Clark, the producer of Boink Studios, Tom Clark's Main Event, Tom Clark's 6M podcast, Ted Lasso podcast, and Two Nations Under Ted and Bear Mode. Plus, you have the Patent Report and Bachman's Basement. So, please, again, like, share, subscribe. boinkstudios.com, Ray Sports and Slams. Let me bring in my brother from another mother, partner in crime. He's here, Mack Garvin. What's up, brother?
What's going on, America? We are back again, live at Boink Studios. Please like, share, and subscribe as well. Brother Ray, I'm with you. My back 3 times out there. I'm not built for this no more, brother.
I'm not built for this no more, dude.
I'm
just not, dude. I'm just
man.
Yo,
it's
there's a
hard,
song. I'm not be able to do it.
Baby, I'm not going to be able to do.
I'm just not. All right. Also, back for the football season, our partner in crime, Mr. Walter Duncan, host of It's All About Payroll. What's up, Walter? What's going on, my friend?
Hey, what's up, guys? Glad to be back. Glad you guys are safe and warm in your domiciles. And we didn't have all that snow, but we did have like some freezing temperatures down here in Georgia. But
I'll take the freezing cold. Yeah. I'll take the freezing cold over the S word, dude. You're crazy.
He said the S word.
Yeah, she's like, you're talking crazy. I was like, what are you talking about? Man. It's a little chilly outside. I'll take some chili. With a little turkey and some rice. I'll take some chili over freezing and digging. Dude, I was digging.
That's why I moved from Michigan, guys.
Oh my God.
Oh, you were in Michigan before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
smart man.
Yeah,
smart man, dude.
Yeah.
Let me say some guests. Jeff Peters up. What's up, my friend? How you doing? Thank you so much for watching.
All right, Jeff. What up, brother?
Nando. What's going on?
Man.
Tim and Gonzalez, what's up? That's right. Kobe is the king. I agree. Tim, thank you for watching. All right. First topic. We're going to get into it right away, and I'm going to start this off. Shocking news. Mike McCarthy, Dallas reject coach, is now the official coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I am very surprised after Mike Tomlin left that Mike McCarthy would be the initial placement. But then I forgot him and Aaron Rodgers are almost dating, and they're the best friends. And I'm sure that this kind of weighed into maybe Aaron Rodgers deciding maybe he'll come back another year if he could get Mike McCarthy. I'm a little disappointed in Pittsburgh because I don't know why you would go down this route. I would have begged and pleaded with Tomlin to stay. McCarthy's definitely, in my eyes, not an upgrade. I think it's a massive downgrade. I just don't know. Like, if Aaron Rodgers has this pull. My question to you guys is, I'll let Mack kick it off first, and then I'll go to you, Walt. Okay. Did Aaron Rodgers have this much pull to create this scenario? Because at the end of the day, he's 42, so this guy's not going to play for 20 more years. He's got maybe another season in him. Or is it, did this believe that, maybe I'm not seeing what I'm seeing, and maybe Mike McCarthy is that good? So, Mack, I'll let you just, decipher this and give me your opinion.
Yeah. So America, one of my best friends, Keith, is a diehard, obviously, Pittsburgh Steeler, not Steeler, Steeler. Of course, I said, hey, congratulations. Now you got your replacement. But this guy won't be around for 15 seasons with Pittsburgh, unlike his predecessors. I think it's a bad move. You're right. He was with the Cowboys, did nothing very of great substantial. So what? He coached Aaron Rodgers almost 15, 20 years ago. Like, how is this guy going to be an upgrade I think they could have. Brian Flores was my thought. They have not hired the last 3 head coaches that they had were in their early 30s, mid 30s as hired and transcended into. That's why you got solid 15 years out of both men. Like 19 with Tomlin. Like youth has a value. This guy's not going to be around coaching for the next 10 years. They're going to be looking for someone else, and this was a Band-Aid fix. They could have chosen a lot more wisely than him. I don't, and of course I said to my boy, my boy Keith, I'm like, well, welcome to Loserville. You know what I mean? I'm like, you're not going to get solid wins with this guy as your head coach. So now you're going to see what it's like, what I'm going through. So enjoy.
All right. Well, you could close it out. What you got? What are your thoughts on this? Dude, like I said, does Aaron Rodgers have this much pull?
I don't think Aaron Rodgers has that much pull. I think it was probably more so the ownership that did it, right? Because everybody, when I was looking at the news and all the pundits talk about this, everybody was saying that Mike McCarthy is like a quarterback whisperer, right? So I'm like, okay, why is he being brought in so the guy behind? I know Pittsburgh drafted a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
And so
last year.
So maybe it's for that guy whose name I don't even know right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that might be the case here. We're not even sure if Aaron Rodgers is gonna come back.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it might not have been necessarily Aaron Rodgers. It might have been more so the ownership, and they wanted somebody with some tenure instead of hiring a first-time head coach or somebody who
I get it.
Head coach wants.
But let me ask you this, Walt and Mac. The fact that him and Aaron Rodgers are obviously very, very close, you don't think he had some say in this or whispered in his ear to the head owner, hey, I really like Mike. I really like him back. If I'm going to come back, I think I only could come back if Mike comes back. You think it had nothing to do with it, possibly?
I could see that happening.
Was he a 1 or 2 year deal, Rodgers, when they signed him?
I'm not sure. Let me see.
You know what I mean?
I think it was a one with an option.
One with an option, okay. But now they're going to have to try and get a quarterback, and I think they're picking in the 20s, if I'm not mistaken. And it's going to be up to the GM to really figure out who we could get. They should have got one this past season, but you're right. They did get a guy, but he was like late, like 5th, 6th round. You know what I mean? Like it's unfortunate that, I don't know if Aaron Rodgers' stipulation was if you pick someone in your first pick, I'm not coming. But like he had to have known, why were you going to be here for 4 or 5 years? Probably not. So, the fact that they got him, I was stunned, and I'm like, well, let's see what he does. He didn't do nothing with the Jets, So if he's anything of noteworthy, we'll find out. And he really wasn't, man. Like he really wasn't.
But there were so many head coaches out there. Like, why Mike? I just don't understand. There were so many other options. So as I'm saying, there's got to be that connection. No, am I crazy?
Maybe no. I don't think you're crazy. It's not too far fetched that Aaron Rodgers would whisper in the guys in the ownership's ear, like, "Hey, hire my boy Mike." You know what I'm saying? Like, I know he's an old hoopty, but he's reliable. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
yeah.
Like, it could be that, but Aaron Rodgers is a free agent. He only signed a 1-year deal with the Steelers.
1 year.
Yeah, so it's a 1 year. So maybe it's predicated on him coming back. Maybe it's like, hey, if I'm going to sign, quotation mark, I'm only going to do it if Mike comes back.
Yeah. And that's not doing him any favors because he's going to be gone after next year anyway.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Now Mike's stuck.
Yeah, and the quarterback
brings up
drafted,
a good point. He's been 1 year deal trying to say wants to come back or not, and the Steelers might not be able to sue him to come back and make his decision sooner. Yeah. Valid argument.
Absolutely.
Oh, Eric Cologne's in the house.
Hey,
Eric,
what up? Where's
Rodgers
Maria?
is done. He doesn't have any pull in the organization. But then, Eric, my argument to you is then why get McCarthy? Like, you mean to tell me all the coaches you could have interviewed, Mike McCarthy? Like, the fact, like I said, him and Aaron are very tight. So I can't believe he'd have no pull in that. So I just can't believe he has none. So we shall see.
Think of it this way, Ray. Like he just got there. There's no invested leverage that he could have, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like Roethlisberger, if Roethlisberger said, hey, I really think you guys should consider getting this guy as a head coach, that would be a valid conversation to have. Okay, we're going to listen to a guy who got us a ring. He got one for the thumb for us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, then it would be like a conversation to say, okay, I mean, I don't know how much invested interest that Roethlisberger has. Like I didn't hear much chatter about when they got Rodgers from him either. So I don't know how involved he is with the team on, if any level. But that would be a conversation if Roethlisberger said, you guys should really consider Flores. Okay, we're listening. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but not from him with 1 year.
Yeah,
like, he did, like, why? Like, what? No.
That's true.
All right. We're switching to baseball, and we had this conversation off the air. Freddy Peralta, the Cy Young Award winner, has gone to the New York Mets. I was very, very surprised. But I've had this conversation with the two of you gentlemen the last couple of weeks. And now it's looking worse and worse. It's coming down to two teams, LA and New York. I feel like right now they should skip the regular season and go straight to the playoffs.
Right?
If you look at both lineups, Dodgers lineup, top to bottom, loaded. Now the Mets, top to bottom, loaded. Everybody else is mediocre at best. I don't see how you could beat any of these two teams in a 7-game series. Now with the Mets having the best pitcher in the National League on their team, it almost makes it like just, I don't know, I want to say unbearable to watch. It just makes it so predictable. Unless, like I said, and we'll have this discussion, unless one of these guys gets hurt, it's pretty much, like I said, top to bottom. Dodgers, Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts. Now they have Kyle Tucker. Mets, Lindor, Soto, Bichette, Lewis. Now you got Freddy Peralta as your starting pitcher.
Yep.
Dude, like it's crazy.
Don't forget about Simeon.
Now Simeon's your second baseman. Dude, insane. So I'm going to let Walt kick this off. What are your thoughts on this? Mack, you go second. I'll close. No, is this becoming a two-legged race?
I absolutely think it is. I think this is great for the Mets, but I think it's bad for the league, right? And I think that, I think one of the great things that we're kind of seeing now in the NBA is a lot of parity. There's no really, like, OKC might be the best team, but you start seeing teams like Portland beat them and stuff. You're seeing these teams create their own lane for themselves. And I don't think we're going to see that in the league this year. We're going to see the Dodgers dominate in the AL and the Mets dominate in the National League, right? And I think, unless barring an injury, even if someone gets injured, like we talked about this before, Ray, even if someone gets injured, these teams are so stacked that they're probably still going to make it to the
National League championship,
to the championship game, and be playing each other for the chip. So I look, it's great for the Mets. Like I said, I think it's bad for the league.
All right, Mac, what you got?
You know what? So America, just so y'all know, 5 episodes ago, your boy Ray over here all day was like, bruh, unless he's trying to go get, like, we're just letting tell him walk out the door. Why should we resign anybody? All of our talent is leaving. They better. Well, they did, Ray. Here you go. Like, now you're ready to go buy a Peralta jersey. Like, I'm going online today, brother. It's already in the cart. Here we go. So now he's happy.
It's actually coming Wednesday, but thank you for reminding me. It's coming Wednesday.
Now we see what the Mets were doing. They let people walk, and I was on the wagon with Ray. I'm like, they got to do something for someone to buy to sell some seeds, bro. You can't just let all the talent walk and get zero in return. They knew something we didn't. There probably was rumblings with Peralta, why he made, whether his reason to leave or not. How much money did they pay him? Like, how many years and how much was it? That's what I don't.
Walt's our math guy.
Oh, let me see.
What was it was a big contract.
Oh, it has to be, bro. It has to be.
To get a Cy Young Award winner, they didn't pay him $1 million a year. He's making big
5 years, $220 million, probably something insane. But what do you got?
For when you talking about the contract with the
Mets now.
The Mets. Oh, I have to see. I pulled up the the Brewers, but I'll let you know in a
Okay.
second.
All right, no problem. But the bottom line is this. I think all can agree. I think we touched on this last week. There's probably going to be a lockout. They have to have a salary cap, bro. This is because it's the same thing with the NBA. They're facing the same situation. There's got to be some way that the Colorado Rockies can be competitive, the Florida Marlins can be competitive to try and have some opportunity to sell tickets. Like the Mets are going to sell tickets. It's New York. The Dodgers, they're the champs. They got the money. But we have talked about this before, just like the Yankees in the 90s, 2000s. Let's just pay everybody. Well, they can and you can't, so oh well. So I don't know, man. It's going to be insane. But, I mean, it's a good pickup for the Mets. And Ray's happy now. He can sleep better now. Y'all.
Yes, he can.
And look, you guys, his contract came over. His final year with the Brewers came over. He signed a 5-year, $15.5 million deal in 2020. So his salary this year is $8 million.
Wow.
Okay.
And so that's why they could get him then.
So they got him $8 million, and then they're going to pay him another $20-30 million per year when he signs a big contract. All right. I hear what you're saying. But dude, he's getting paid. Fernando, the Mets are winning the World Series next year. I agree with you. There you go. Eric, the Dodgers stole Northstream, the best pitcher in the NL is Paul Stanks. I can't argue with that. Paul is good, but Freddy Peralta won the Cy Young, so I don't understand why you would. I hear what you're saying. I think Paul is a great pitcher, but who won the Cy Young? Freddie Peralta. So
yeah, but this is the first time Peralta's won it though, so it's not like this guy's won it 10 times already.
No, but
so
the year that Freddie Peralta had, the year that Freddie Peralta had, dude, and I'm sure Walt can agree, dude, he was lights out. You couldn't touch him.
Yeah, for a year.
Couldn't touch him for a year. All right, we're switching to the NFL, and finally we got some playoff teams. We got down to 2. The first game, the New England Patriots defeated the Denver Broncos 10-7. I am very, very sad because I'm not a Patriots fan. I'm shocked how this game went. I have a lot to say, but I'm going to let Walt start this off, and then I will kick it, and then Matt can end it. Walt, what do you think of this game? What do you think of all the nuances of the game? And what's your take on the whole game as a whole?
Look, I think the better quarterback won the game, right? At the end of the day. Like, it was a defensive battle back and forth. Both defenses played out of their minds.
Absolutely.
And for me, if Bo Nix would have been in this game, I think we would be having a different story. We would be talking about a different team right now going to the Super Bowl because Bo Nix was injured. Now, with that said, Jarrett Stidham, he played a good game. He managed the game. I don't know if he even threw an interception or not. I can't remember.
He did, bro.
He did?
Yeah, at the end of the game, bro. That's why they lost.
Okay, end of the game. And so, like, look, I think I put this more on Sean Payton and the questionable calls that he made, right?
Yes.
Game, right? We talked about this before, right, Ray? And if you go for that kick, instead of like trying to go forward on 4th and 1 or 4th and 2,
5 or whatever it was, yeah.
Something like that. Just kick that 30-yard field goal, like, have 10 points on the board, and you're trying to win on that. You'll be trying to win the game on that kick that got blocked, instead of trying to tie it. And so I think it was more so about coaching that lost them the game than the Pats like playing crazy out of their minds, because both teams played, offensively they played porous, right? They were good.
Yeah.
The defense showed up. So that's how I feel about it.
All right. I have a lot to say. I just went from a trip to Hawaii, so I have a lot of luggage on hold. So let me drop this luggage, dude. First of all, Drake May, I do not think he is all that now. I've seen him against some real competition, and Drake May, I think he's a good quarterback. Do I put him in that upper echelon? Now what I see, there's a Public Enemy song, "You Can't See What I Can't See." You're blind, baby, blind to the fact.
Blind to the web, yeah.
I see he's been exposed. Patrick Surtain, in my opinion, right now is the best corner in football. He is turning. I'm not saying, so don't jump on me, audience. I'm not saying he is. He is turning into a Deion Sanders shutdown corner. Patrick Surtain is the truth. Patrick Surtain is nasty. They only could throw to one side of the field. Dude, you can't throw anywhere near him. And they were talking about it in the game, dude. Patrick Surtain, there's a reason why he went in the first round. I think he was, 4th or 5th pick. Dude, he is nasty. He is a nasty corner, dude. I am a big fan. Denver, 4th and 5, Mac, you said? Why are you going for this with Jason Stidham playing quarterback? Why are you not kicking that field goal, dude? What are you doing? Peyton is an all-time great coach. I don't know what you thought. You thought Tom Brady was behind the center. Maybe you thought Joe Montana or Troy Aikman was behind center. No, it was Stidham down. And horrible mistake. Could have kicked that field goal. Goes into overtime. You never know what's going to happen. So congrats to the Pats. But, I'm going to piggyback on Walt. I think Denver lost. I don't think the Patriots won. Mac, you're the Mariano Rivera. Close it out, brother.
Yeah, I'm going to close out and saying I agree with both of you. You are 100% right. Why would you not try to get points? But I understand from the standpoint of him trying to score a touchdown. But you're right. You got to keep in mind who you got under center. Bo Nix probably may have completed that as a pass. We'll never know. But you're right. Sit him down. Like, it was a very, very bad. And, I mean, listen, let's keep in mind, too, this kind of turned into the fog bowl with, like, the Eagles back in the 70s or 80s, that game where there's so much fog you couldn't even see your hands. This turned into a very misty, bad situation weather-wise, but you got to play because you have to play. I do believe you're right, Ray, with Drake. Now that I see this guy, like, they won the game, but his coach relied on their defense to get him out of the game. Like, I thought they should have gone for it, but they kicked the ball to him where it was 10-7. And, the coach is like, our defense is going to hold him. They're going to stop him. And they did. Interception, game over. It was the last play for him. And, Stidham was who we thought he was. Somebody who hadn't played for 2 years is trying to touch the ball. And my man Stephen A was like, y'all better win this daggone game. If y'all lose this game, you're supposed to win the game. And at one point, it didn't look like they were going to win.
It didn't look like it.
Like the beginning of the game, I'm like, yo, this dude Stidham looks good. But that's when I had to go back out and shovel. And I came back in the house, and it was still tight.
Yeah, we were having a conversation about this.
Yeah, I'm like, this should be a blown-out game. Why is this game close? Exactly. Fourth quarter, why is this close for no reason? So, yeah. It was a bad win for them. I mean, they won, but it was not a convincing win.
Yep. All right, Jeff Peters says Peyton should have gone for the field goal. I agree.
Yep. We all will. Everyone's got to shoot.
And read this comment. When coaches plan for the Broncos, they made plays to avoid Patrick Surtain. I just brought this up, but Walt and Mac, how real is Patrick Surtain?
Oh, he's the real deal.
Real deal.
I think already you can put him up there with Dion, Revis. You know how Revis Island. I think you can put him up there with those type of guys.
My brain hurts with Walt's comments and Ray's. There is no way on God's green you guys are putting this guy next to Dion. Okay, Darrell Revis Island, right? But Dion said it. Come on, Law, listen.
And I said he's getting to that stratosphere, dude.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's there yet.
And Mac, we both said I didn't say he is. I said he's getting there.
But he's not even been in the league for 4 years yet. Like, everyone can have a great season. He's going to have a good season.
He's been playing, 2 years now? 3 years?
Yeah,
like 3 years.
3 years.
2021. He's been good since he's came into the league.
Since he's came into the league, dude. When the teams play against Denver, they say, where's Surtain lining up? We're throwing it on the other side of the field. He has that much power.
Look, in 2024, it says he was only targeted 52 times.
That's insane, Mac. 52 times. A whole season.
But let's not go Dion already. We'll give him Revis Island.
Okay.
Bro, when he wins some chips and when he's a deciding factor from one season to the next, where a team says we need him to win. And then he wins when he goes to the opposite opposing team. That's where we can put your boy Surtain.
You're right, because Dion did play both sides of the ball sometimes too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I think maybe
and he went to 2 teams. He was with the Cowboys. No, he was with the Niners and won. The Cowboys lost. And the next season, the Cowboys like, we need him. They got him, and they won that next season. Listen.
You're getting Jeff mad. Oh, and coaches are playing to avoid it. It wasn't that good. Jeff, I got to applaud, dude. You know what? He's going to get the first applause of the night. He gets his flowers right now. You know what? I agree with Jeff. That is nasty.
Don't believe the hype, all right?
Okay. We're switching on. The next game, the Seattle Seahawks and Sam Doofy Doofus beat the MVP, Matt Stafford, and the Rams 31-27. Really good game. I have a lot to unload on this. So you know what? I will kick this off first, and then I'm going to let Mac go second, and then Walt can close. They had 2 special teams coaches this year, and they still don't have it right. When the ball is kicked and you have the gunner right about to hit you, if you know football, you just back away, let the football go. Worst case scenario, it ends up on the 2-yard line. Who cares? Yeah. But most likely that would have ended up in the end zone. So you ended up on the 25 or the 30, I think now. Why would you try to catch that ball knowing that a freight train is about to knock you into the middle next week? That was the game. That was the game. Shout out to Sam Darnold. He played a great game. They have some great receivers. But the Rams, Sam Darnold, good quarterback, but he is not Matt Stafford. He will never be Matt Stafford. In his dreams, in his fantasies, in his prayers, he can go to church tonight, tomorrow, Thursday mass, Saturday evening mass, Sunday mass. You're not gonna be Matt Stafford. The Rams just, they choked when they needed to choke. There's a reason why you had 2 special teams coaches in 1 year. I didn't know this. Me and we'll have this discussion off air. I've never heard of a team having to go through 2 special team coaches in 1 year. So that shows there's a big problem with special teams. And it cost them the game. So at the end of the day, kudos to Seattle. I know Mac is going to talk about this enlightenment thing with the popes. So I'm going to let Mac go. I'm going to throw up now. Go ahead, Mac.
Listen, America. First of all, first things first. I was not born in Washington State, but I was raised in Washington State, and I consider that my hometown. I went to the inaugural season of the Seahawks in the 70s when they got their franchise. Talking Jim Zorn, Steve Largent. I have love for the Hawks. However, I am a New York Giants fan through and through. Now, for me personally, I was amazed to see the game. Sam Darnold is the true definition of coaching matters. This guy got drafted by the Jets, got there to the franchise, did 0. He played with nothing. And then they let him go. He went to Carolina, then mystically went to Minnesota and became a phenom, 14-3. And then, of course, they made a decision to let him go. I'm like, why would he not stay? This is the best his career has ever been. I don't know if they let him go or he chose to go where the money was, but he went to the Hawks, and he has turned into a Zen master with the Hawks, 14-3 regular season. By all accounts, this guy has an amazing story to tell. They should make a movie about him like they did with Kurt Warner. They're in the Super Bowl. Divine intervention, America, is what is going on. I talked last week. Every time there has been a new pope, there has been an opportunity with the Seattle Seahawks to be in the Super Bowl. Watch last week, America. The information's last week.
Oh, God,
they are going to win the Super Bowl, America. I told y'all last week, it is destiny, and by divine grace, they're in the Super Bowl. I told y'all last week. That's all I got to say. The Hawks are going to win.
All right, Walt. After Mac just spewed all this horribleness,
look,
please go.
Look, like Ray, I'm pleasantly surprised by what Sam Darnold's become. He was highly touted coming out of college, right?
Oh my God!
Everybody was like, this guy, he's legit. He has it. Yeah. And sometimes it takes some players like a little bit longer than others. And like you were saying, Mac, the right situation to take them to that next level. And I think that his last two situations have been perfect for him
Mm-hmm.
in terms of Sam Darnold, right? And I think, Matthew Stafford is elite. His arm talent, like the look away passes and all he does, like he's on a different stratosphere, right? But
yes, he is.
But Sam Darnold is good enough to lead his team. I think didn't they have the number 1 overall record in the NFC?
14-3. Yeah,
I think they did.
Right.
So that's 2 teams 2 years in a row with the number 1 overall record. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I think the guy has enough talent, obviously, to keep his teams in the game against teams that seem like they're more stacked. They had Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, they had all those people, and still, like the ways Sam Darnold was playing, man, he competed and he kept his team in the game, and because of him, now they're in the Super Bowl, I think.
Yeah.
All right, but let me ask you this: everybody's tiptoed around this topic. Special teams, you gotta avoid that catch.
Look,
talk about it. Let's talk about it.
That guy, he I think he almost muffed 2 catches. He muffed the one, and then he muffed 2 catches. Yeah. He recovered 1.
Yes.
Earlier in the game, right? And like as soon as I would have saw that, I would have put somebody else back there and say, "Oh, go back there," or just let it go into the end zone every time. Don't even touch it. Don't
sit on this seat and keep the bench warm.
Yeah, like so. I think that is definitely maybe why the coaching was bad, because they just didn't like coach to that stuff. But like, look, mistakes are going to happen in the game, right? It's easy to say like, oh, the Rams, special teams has been their Achilles heel. Seattle hasn't been perfect, all season. You know what I'm saying? So like, yes, that's been their Achilles heel, but they were in the NFC Championship as well with that. Even after all season long having that, right? So,
but having one of the best receivers in the league doesn't hurt for Sam I Am.
Well, listen. Walt said it last week. Walt mentioned it last week. The NFL, not for long.
Yeah,
that's what it stands for. There was a team that showed up, and Al Pacino, any given Sunday, you can be got.
Yep.
And we saw what happened. They got, bro. And
yes, when you have horrible special teams, you can get got. I agree with both of you.
I mean, they both
I agree. Well, special teams, when you have a horrible special teams coach, I don't know who he is, but he should be on a plane to Tahiti because you're fired. And, I feel sorry. I feel so bad for Devontae Adams. He deserved this ring. But because the special teams coach is a putz and caused them to lose, he will not get his ring.
Let's see if he gets fired. Like a lot of people are getting fired. So.
This will be the third special teams coach that the Rams will have in 1 year. Yeah. This will be a record. But all right, they got their win. They live in the land of mediocrity, so enjoy their mediocrity team with their mediocrity quarterback.
Parity is a part of the game, brother. Like it is what it is.
Yep. Nando, Matt Stafford is better than Eli Manning and Drew Brees. That's right. I said it.
Whoa. Hold on, Nando.
Yes, he is. I agree, Nando. I agree.
Hold on. Eli Manning dethroned the best quarterback not once but twice in the Super Bowl when it matters. Matthew Stafford's been there once. Nando, this is the first time I'm going to say to you, you're wrong.
All right.
Matthew Stafford is okay.
I know Matt's bias, but let's call it Walt. Matt Stafford's better than Eli Manning.
Arm talent, look, I'm not trying to get on your bad side, Mac, and then Mac will be like, I don't want this guy on here anymore. But like, hey, I the eye test tells me without a doubt that Matthew Stafford is better than those guys. And 100%. It's not because, I'm trying to hate or anything like that. Eli did
just because he's better. I understand.
Eli did his thing against Tom Brady. Only he did. Eli can say that.
Yes. Right? Mm-hmm. Give him all his flowers for that. Did it twice.
He has that. But talent-wise, Matthew Stafford.
I agree.
Drew Brees has the most yards thrown as a quarterback in history.
But I'm going to make you feel good, Mac, because Eric Cologne loves you. He's saying,
Freeze all right. Thank you, Eric. Oh my God.
Izzo destroyed the Patriots' perfect season. All right. Are you happy
Absolutely.
now?
He did.
18 wins and 1 giant.
Oh, and Jeff's on your side too. Haven't married since you retired. See, you got 3 people.
You're right.
On your
side. We haven't.
All right. So you got a couple people on your side, right? So there you go. There's your love. Big change in DC. the Dallas Cowboys have a real defensive coordinator. I'm going to start this off because I'm happy times. Christian Parker, the real deal, is now the defensive coordinator of the Dallas Cowboys. There'll be no more misguiding this. No more, there's the field. All right, good luck. Pat on the back, and I just go and eat a sandwich. There's no more, they're going to throw. You're supposed to block. Good luck. All right, I'm going to go to Subway and get me a $5 foot long. No. We have a real defensive coordinator. Christian Parker's young, hungry, smart, ready to go. Great move. I'm hoping that this makes an impact. I think it couldn't hurt them. I think this will definitely improve their defense. What do you got, Mac? What do you think of this? How happy are you? I see that your face. You don't look that happy.
Well, let's put this where it is. We at least know who Mike McCarthy is. Who on God's green is Christian Parker? Who is this dude? Like this, you don't have a coach. How about get a daggone coach first and then figure out your DC? Like who is Christian Parker? Please explain to me what team was he on last year?
He was on the Eagles. And he led the
Eagles.
He was an excellent Eagles defensive coordinator.
Okay, all right, excellent defensive coordinator. So now we're going to move him over to Dallas.
Yes, he is.
Division rivalry, which is dumb on their part, but it is what
dumb
it
on
is.
the part.
You
Cry, Eagles, cry.
Yeah, you can't change or control who goes. I mean, okay. Philadelphia knows who Christian Parker is. I didn't know until right now. I'm like, I don't know to do this. But we'll see what happens. And you're right, Dak is in a circumstance now where at least hopefully there'll be some continuity of relying on the defense to make plays if the offense can't get it going. And again, you don't have Micah Parsons either, so I don't know how he's gonna make you guys don't have a force multiplier right now, man. That guy's a generational talent, but we can't complain because he's gone. I'm at a loss, bro. I've got nothing for you except Christian Parker, related to Peter Parker, maybe. Who knows?
All right. What do you got, Walt?
Look, Mac, I got to agree with you. I don't know who this guy is. I had to Google him really quick. And, he may very well end up doing wonders for this Dallas defense. He was the defensive back coach in Denver under Vic Fangio. And, he helped coach up Patrick Surtain. So obviously,
you mean the best corner in the league right now? Oh, Patrick.
Yeah. So obviously, he may have
not Deion Sanders yet either. Maybe close to Revis Island.
So, I think he may come in with some new schemes and some fresh ideas and stuff. He served under Vic Fangio, so he probably knows his stuff, right? Obviously, and he's only been on the NFL level for about 6 years now.
Okay, all right.
He's kind of ascended really quick.
So ascended very quick.
Yeah, he's a young coordinator. I think he's the youngest, maybe in the NFL,
youngest ever
on the team. He's 34 years old, right?
Okay,
to become a DC. So I don't know if in year one if he's going to turn it around and then the Dallas Cowboys are going to be top 5 in defense. I don't see that happening.
But you think he can improve from the bottom? I think they were 29th or 30th.
Maybe, yeah. Especially the corners, right? I think that's his specialty. So I think coverage-wise, they may be good, but you need other pieces on that defense.
100%. They have 2 draft picks, so they're going to be defensive picks. Yeah. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
I'll close this out. I know he's young, but like you said, he's been molded. Look what he's done to Patrick Surtain, the one that Mac hates on.
I did not say I hate the guy. He's not. You said Deion. I'm like,
I said he's got Deion-like potential.
Okay.
But Christian Parker's the real deal.
Like potential before we move to Deion.
All right. He's got Darrell Rebus-like.
Okay.
He's Darrell Rebus levels. All right. Exactly. I think it's a good move. I like him. He's young. I just didn't want an old, washed-up DC. They got somebody young that's hungry. Young, hungry, that's progressed. He was a special teams guy. He was defensive coordinator assistant. Now he's moved up in the rankings. Now he's an official DC. So, if he does a good job, maybe down the road he could be a head coach somewhere. So I give love where it's deserves. All right. Okay. We're switching to the hoop. And today, unfortunately, is the anniversary of the death of the great Kobe Bean Bryant. It's been 6 years since him and his beautiful daughter passed, along with several other passengers on that plane. My thoughts and prayers with those families again. For those who don't know, if you live under the rock, Kobe Bryant is probably my favorite player of all time. It's sad. He meant a lot for the Lakers. one of the greatest players of all time. I'm not going to call him the GOAT, even though in my opinion he is. It's sad. I sometimes still can't believe he's actually gone, but what are your memories and what are your thoughts of Kobe, Mack? And what do you think of this day? And then obviously, Walt, I'll let you go.
I think in basketball allure, this happens to be, we all know what we were doing when we found out. Like you know what I'm saying? Like the Twin Towers, everyone knows on that day what happened on national TV. Everyone can say, oh man, I remember like yesterday. Like everyone, you know what I mean? I think in basketball allure, it has this kind of monumentalness on for the wrong reason. Just an FYI, 2 days ago was the game he played 81 points also too.
Yep.
It just so happens. I think it was like 2 days ago, if I'm not mistaken, was the anniversary of that. It is tragic. Shaq made the comment where he said, I wish I would have talked to him more. We officially kind of cleared the air of why I left. You know what I mean? And his thought was like, everyone accounts where they were as far as an NBA player. It is tragic to see someone leave so soon. The man just won, if I'm not mistaken, an Oscar for the documentary that he was a part of, if I'm not mistaken as well, that he just won. The man had other plans besides basketball. And listen, when you lose any child before you as a parent, this is what I've been told. It is the worst experience whatsoever to lose a child before you as a parent. So I grieve for the loss for the mom. I mean, we found out a lot of the bad part of his life with his parents, of what was going on with him, unfortunately, due to this. I hope his parents have at least mended some bridges with the mother, Miss Bryant, to have a better relationship with their other grandkids. Kobe wasn't he an only child? Did he have siblings?
I think he was the only child. No, he
yeah,
might have
only
had a
child.
brother.
Maybe as a brother. I'm not sure.
Okay, all right. I thought he was an only child. So these are grandparents, of his mom and dad that need to have a relationship with their grandkids. You know what I mean? So it is tragic, man. I mean, we all, again, I remember when I found out, Ray was the first person that came to mind, that because I know he's a diehard Kobe guy, and I have another friend who's a diehard Kobe guy that I reached out to. So it is unfortunate, man. So, yeah.
All right. Well, what you got?
Look, I mean, you guys hit the nail on the head. This day was, like you said, like the Twin Towers, and that's the perfect way to put that. With the level of impact this had on society. People. Yeah. I remember guys in my fantasy league like being upset about this, like almost to tears, because they were like, that was my guy, that was my GOAT, and people, I remember looking at TV and you see the people, the sports pundits, like the players, past and present, like were crying, like sobbing over Kobe, and like they talked about it all week, like for weeks and weeks about Kobe.
Oh my God!
And I couldn't imagine what that would feel like as a spouse, let alone a parent, like you said, a sibling. And he had two older sisters. Kobe did.
Okay, there we go. All right, yeah.
And I think that it just shows you the importance of that sports plays in people's everyday lives, right? We take things for granted sometimes, and we don't realize that. We just look at these athletes like, oh, they're superstars. They don't really, do anything for people. But Kobe touched people's lives in a great major way, and a lot of people were hurt by this, man.
100%, man. It's a sad time. I remember where I was, and Mack did reach out to me because he's my brother and gave me his words. It was a sad moment. It felt surreal because I was like, "There's no way this is fake news." And then when things came out, I was just like, "Wow." I mean, great guy. I mean, my only interaction was it was 2010, and they were in New York playing the Knicks. I'm from New York, and obviously the Lakers won. And I remember seeing him on the bus, and he had a great game. I think he dropped maybe 40 or 50, and obviously they beat the Knicks. And I remember saying to him, "Kobe, you're the king. You got this." And I remember him pointing at me and was like, gave me the thumbs up, and that touched me. I know it.
Wow.
I know it didn't mean, it it meant the world to me because I was like, wow, he actually heard my comment and he actually threw me some love. So,
Wow.
Kobe's here, dude.
I heard he was that kind of guy.
Yeah, he's a good dude, dude.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean?
My wife
like,
bought me this beautiful signed autograph Kobe plaque that I've had now for a couple of years. Let me move the microphone.
Okay.
It's 60-point game. That was a retirement game. I cherish that. There are some family members that, I would drop before that that plaque.
Well, I remember Ray's wedding. His wife got him a custom cake.
Yes. Mack was at my wedding.
Oh, wow.
MVP. I'm like,
You remember?
yeah. Like
I had a Kobe cake. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah. But, I think one thing.
Eric Cologne, thank you, brother.
I think
Kim
one
Gonzalez.
thing about him, he definitely was a player. I mean, he talked about it, like molded his game after Mike. When you see Mike, you see me. Yeah. And you know what? And Fernando, that became a household phrase, Mamba mentality.
Yes,
like his name became synonymous as an acronym. Like, I mean, he's got Mamba, like, you know what I mean? Kobe-esque,
that became a thing.
It is like, that's part of the culture.
I'm sure we all remember when we were younger, we were shooting Kobe.
Yep, Kobe.
That was the thing.
Yeah, man.
All right, on a crazy note, we're switching gears. And the craziest news, and we just had this discussion last week, Jimmy Butler has torn his ACL. He is done for the year. Jonathan Kuminga was crying and being a baby, wanting that spot. He's injured.
Here you go.
He can't play. Dude, I don't know what's going to happen to Golden State, but from my eyes, the season is a wrap. I'll start it first. I love Jimmy Butler. I think Jimmy Buckets is a beast. Jonathan Kuminga, I don't know if you put a voodoo curse on Jimmy Butler, but he tore his ACL, and you probably were like, this is my chance. I'm going to be the starting forward. Nope, you bruised your knee. You're out for a couple more games. Do the Golden State Warriors give Kuminga a shot to start, or is there any possibility they could trade for anybody to replace Jimmy Buckets? I say, I'm going to go on a limb and say something crazy. I believe they're actually going to give Kuminga a shot and let him start. I don't know what kind of damage he's going to do as your starting forward, but maybe the stars and the planets are aligned. And injuries is some of the other players' benefits, part of the game. I'm going to let Walt go first, and Matt could be the Rivera. What do you think of this tragic incident to Jimmy Buckets, and what do you think it's going to mean to Big Baby Kuminga?
Look, I think it's very unfortunate. I'm a Miami Heat fan, and I was upset when Jimmy got traded. I thought he was like, the heart and soul of the Miami Heat team. He plays with a lot of passion, plays with a lot of, poise and stuff, and he's been that guy, for so long. So when he went down, I automatically assumed that Kuminga was going to step in. And, if you look at his stats over the last couple of games, he stepped in. He was played very efficiently. I think he averaged between 18 to 20 points. And, he shot over 50% from the field.
Yeah, he was shot 53, 54.
Yeah, he played really well, right? But I don't think Kuminga's enough to move the needle for the Warriors, right? And so I have something that I'm going to say something that you probably are not expecting, right? I think I could see the Warriors going all in and going for Giannis.
Wow. You heard this first on Sports and Slams.
I could see them really going for it all. And because those guys want to win and they want to compete, Kuminga will be out of there. Some other pieces, some young guys, maybe some picks, some future picks. But I think maybe you throw another team in there.
Future picks, you mean from this year, next year, the following year, the following year after that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you could really see a dynamic trade.
Max face is priceless.
And I really, because otherwise, I think they have to do that because Kuminga's not enough. Otherwise, I don't think the Warriors are going to make it out of round one if they make it to the playoffs.
They could be a play-in team if they don't get somebody to replace him because he's that dude. All right, Mac, get out of your, come back to us.
Wow, Walt. What would Walt do? WWD. What would Walt do? I I'm taken back by that, Walt.
Okay.
But you know what? No, but you know what? It's one or two things. Now, Kuminga, okay, you asked for it, you get it. Now, if he steps in and is trash, just have a seat. You ain't going nowhere. But if he balls, the trade, I mean, here's the problem. The trade deadline is like next week.
Yep.
So you know what I'm saying? So like, it's unfortunate what happened to Butler. But they still had to pay him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Jimmy Butler just got there this year. So I can see, I mean, he forced his way out. Like he said, I'm not happy. I don't care if you're not happy or not. Your contract says you're going to be happy enough to stay here. But they moved him. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they got him. And I was like, okay, good for the Warriors. They still got some things intact. Now, the reality is this. We know Giannis is going somewhere. When the fans are booing and you as a player are responding to and booing back to the fans, it is time to go. There is no way I can see Giannis staying when he's flat out saying the players aren't giving 100%, blah, 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 blah. And the fact that the fans are booing. So now the fans are okay with him leaving. Now, unlike other teams, like when Dallas happened with your boy, Luka Zembic, when he left, they were all shocked, and he was too. He didn't know he was leaving. But when the fans are upset that you're gone, and now they're yelling at the team, like, why would you do that? But in this case, their last home game, the fans were booing at him, and he booed them also, which is rare because this man brought y'all a championship. Like, I can see if they didn't win one. He brought y'all a championship, and he was the toast of the town. That guy didn't have to pay for dinners or meals the rest of the year. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I think is it possible? It would just take a lot, bro. Like, but he's going somewhere. I don't think he's going to go to the Wizards. So, you know what I'm saying?
You never know.
He's not going to go to a team that ain't doing nothing for the next 5 years. But I think Giannis wants to go to a contender also too. I don't think like he probably told him I got one or two that I'm cool with sending me to. However, I mean, Milwaukee will make a decision either way. They're going to get what they can get for the most for him because he's that kind of talent. Like we're talking first round, second round picks and 2 or 3 players to get him. Yep. So I think it's far-fetched. But wow, Walt, my eyebrows is like, wow, my mind is blown. You said that, bro. I'm like, wow.
All right. I'm going to be the Rivera here. I think they're going to have to trade because I don't think Kuminga's that guy. He's played when Jimmy was when Jimmy had the injury. And like you said, he was averaging, I think, 18, shooting 50%, 53, 54%. He's playing good, not all-star, top-notch good, but enough where he was doing his thing. So he cannot be the guy. I don't know what you're going to have to trade to get Giannis. You're going to have to trade half the team. So I don't see how they can make that trade unless you're willing to just forego your next 10 years future and give up every pick you have. Yeah. It's going to take a lot. You're going to have to throw
add a couple more teams to the trade, do a 3 or 4 year
trade. Yeah, do a 3. Yeah.
3-man swap. All right. But on the second part of this, Giannis is going to be out 4 to 7 weeks. So he hurt his knee. So now the value of Giannis is going down because people are saying he's fragile. He's turning into the younger version of Anthony Davis. People are getting nervous. So how much value does Giannis really have? Because I love Giannis, but he's turning into that. You know, if he sneezes the wrong way, he's getting hurt. He's turning into that. I'm not saying he is. He's turning into that. He's like Giannis Davis soon. So I'm getting a little nervous. He's turning into a little bit of Giannis Davis. I'm going to start this off. Milwaukee's in a lot of trouble. I don't know what you're going to do with Giannis gone. The team is already bad. This is going to make them worse. I don't know the trade value Giannis is going to have because, like I said, he's becoming – I'm not saying he's permanently or will be. He's becoming very injury prone. And if you're an owner, if you're a team, you don't want a guy that's injury prone. Like Anthony Davis wants to leave Dallas. Who wants Anthony Davis right now?
Yeah.
The guy gets hurt. If he gets a paper cut, he's out for 3 weeks. Yeah. So, Mack, I'm going to let you go and Walt can close this out. What does this whole mean for Giannis, him being gone, him being traded? Do you see how this folds out at the end?
Well, listen, I think, well, first of all, Giannis does have value. The man's 31. He's in his prime. It's not like this dude is 36, unlike our other friend with the Warriors right now who wants more. But I think it's a situation where 4 to 7 weeks, at least it's not ACL. He'll be back before the end of the season. But if he goes to a team and sitting on the bench because he's injured, who wants that also too? You want a player who can contribute to you right now. And I think that could be the circumstance that he got hurt. What value would he have by going to another team and sitting on a bench? They want someone who can play right now. But again, it's temporary. It's not a permanent injury. It's not ACL season ending. So I don't know, man. Like, this is it's an ugly mess, man. I feel bad for the man. If he was healthy 100%, you're right, he'd have more leg to stand on. And if they send him to a team that's not contending, that team might be happy to have him just because they'll sell tickets. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
if you're a contending team, do you why would you give up all your draft picks? Give up some capital because he's more towards the 7 than the 4. That's what they're saying. ESPN's reported, a couple of other sports sites. He's more to that 6 to 7 mark because he really messed up his knee. So I don't know, dude. Walt, what you got?
It's bad. What do you got, Walt? I don't know.
Look, I think that we have to remember that the All-Star break is in there, right? So that's going to be about a week or two off of, playing.
Right.
So you have to throw that in there. So take that out. So that really, he'll really only be out. Take 2 weeks off of that.
Yeah,
3 to 5. 3 to 5. So a month, right? Now, in NBA, in the NBA season, that is a long time, right? Especially if you try to trade him to a contending team, and you give up pieces of that contending team to get Giannis, you're gonna have to try to weather the storm. Now, if you trade him to like some team that's just gonna that's not gonna do anything, and he's just gonna be on the bench, and you're like, hey, we're just gonna have him here and we're gonna build around him next year, then it is what it is. Like, I honestly think that Giannis, if he can dictate anything, he's gonna want to go to a contending team that has a chance to compete this year to try to win another chip, right? Whether that's the Warriors or some other team that
Cleveland. How about Cleveland?
I think Cleveland will have to give up too much.
Yeah, but they give up too much.
They have Mobley already. Like, you're gonna give up Mobley? Or
I was gonna say you give up young Mobley. I mean, he's 31, but Mobley's in his 20s.
Like, I think that Giannis wants to go to a contending team. The team that outside of the Warriors that I could possibly see him go to, if they're willing to, and this might throw you for a loop here, Ray, it might be the Lakers.
Woo!
They have some pieces. Would you be willing to give up Rui or Reeves?
Yes. No, I'm not giving you Austin Reeves for him.
For Giannis.
No.
For Giannis?
Not for Austin Reeves? No. Like I said, but let me ask you this. But I love Giannis. Is he turning a little Anthony Davis-ish?
Well, look, yes, one thing we have to remember: the taller, I think, on average, the taller a person is for NBA players, the more injury prone they are for whatever reason. I guess because of their legs and there's just more space for them to get injured or whatever. But the taller the person
is a great example.
What's up, Maria? Thank you for watching.
So Joel Embiid. All those guys, right? As they begin to play and their careers progress, they start hurting their knees more and their ankles, their joints and stuff like that because they're so tall and so big. And then think about it, the bigger you are, you're usually down there banging in the post, and everybody's bowing you and hitting you, and you're throwing your body around a lot. So those guys are more injury prone. So it does make sense that he's getting hurt.
Man, I would do Rui. Because you got me excited now with the Lakers. I would do Rui, a draft.
But you got to give him
Reeves,
something,
man.
Ray.
Reeves.
Not scrubs.
And Reeves. But
you still have LaRavia?
Okay, I'll give you LaRavia.
So instead of Reeves,
I'll give you LaRavia, Rui, and a draft pick.
I don't think
Austin Reeves, dude. Austin Reeves is Austin Reeves, dude. He's the
I know,
of Kobe.
but they're gonna want a king's ransom for him, though. That's the problem.
All right, let's switch in this topic. Derrick Rose has made it to the Bulls Hall of Fame. There's a lot of people that are complaining that Dennis Rodman should have gotten there before Derrick Rose. Me and Walt had this discussion off air. I believe honestly that Derrick Rose deserves his flowers. The dude led the team to a 62-20 season, their best season they've had after Jordan. The dude was 21 or 22 years old. Got them to the NBA, I think first round or second round. First round, but still won MVP. I mean, I agree Rodman deserves his flowers as well, so I'm not poo-pooing on Rodman, but why do people have this animosity to Derrick Rose like he doesn't deserve to be in the Bulls Hall of Fame? I'm going to let Walt go first, and Matt can close this out.
Go ahead.
So, look, I think that he's more than deserving of it for Derrick Rose. But we talked about this earlier, Ray. I think that people underappreciate Rodman and his contributions to the Bulls, right? You mentioned this earlier. You said that Jordan said that if it wasn't for Rodman, they wouldn't have won
second three-peat. Yeah.
Second three-peat like that if it wasn't for Rodman. And think about it. If you look at Rodman's career, he was a focal point or a centerpiece on the Detroit Pistons as well.
Mm-hmm.
It was him, Dumars, and Isaiah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It was they were the Pistons big three, right? So I think that Rodman, he's probably definitely getting a raw deal. He should have already been in the Hall of Fame, no doubt, without question. I think it's just because he was maybe very polarizing, and how he was, off and on the court,
wedding dress, and all that nonsense.
I think some people hold that against him, and really don't really think about his contributions as a player. So
you look at the player outside the game itself. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, but Rodman was pivotal, man, in my opinion.
I agree. But why do we hating on Derrick Rose? I don't understand. Like, the guy was not a scrub. I got he got hurt. I got he was never the same. But when he was healthy, dude, Derrick Rose was nasty. And like I said, he won MVP for a reason. But it is what it is. Mac, I know you're not a Derrick Rose fan, so go ahead.
All right. I'm going to give it to you like this. How many seasons was he with the Bulls?
Derrick Rose, No. Like,
the fact that you don't know is the point I'm making. This man played for the Bulls, played for other teams as well. He played for 2 other teams before he finally had enough, and his injuries unfortunately is where his career ended. The point I'm making is this. The Ring of Honor means one thing. I mean, he's the Hall of Fame as far as the Bulls, but he is not going to Naismith Cooper. He's not going to the Hall of Fame. No. So why are we giving some guy credit who's retired now and is yet to be considered for any other title except the Bulls, besides the Bulls honor ring? Now, our boy the Worm is in the Hall of Fame. He played for 2 teams and won championships with 2 different franchises. This guy, Rose, did none of that. You can be MVP all you want to, but if you don't, Dan Marino has great numbers. He's in the Hall of Fame. But did he win a Super Bowl? No, he did not. This guy, Rose, I mean, I'll give him credit. He played well, but not to the fact you're going to get into the Hall of Fame when you don't have the same credentials as Rodman has. Like, it is an absolute joke and a mockery that the fact that he's not. I mean, he's got the ultimate ability. He has the ultimate, which is rings, and he's in the Pro NBA Naismith Hall of Fame. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, does he really need it? No. But the fact that Rose is the only thing that Rose is ever going to get. And the fact that they put him in before.
Eric Hurlone. Derrick Rose is a former MVP and was such an awesome player when he was healthy. People forget that. Rodman is deserving of his flowers, too. He won 2 years in Detroit and came to the Bulls and did the dirt to help them win, getting in opponent's head while getting. I agree with you 100%. But like he said, Derrick Rose MVP and what? An awesome player when he was healthy. He was awesome, dude. Derrick Rose is nasty.
That's the problem when he was healthy. That's
so Matt, let me ask you a question. So you think people are just captivated by that small sample size of Derrick Rose when he was like killing it in the MVP season, and that's it?
Yeah. That's it. But because he's more recent, but that's all he's got. He was great. He was flashy, but he didn't win. Like, flashy's great, but he didn't win. He won nothing for them. So
do you think they let him in because I think he still holds the record for like the youngest MVP in NBA history?
Yeah.
So you think that's why?
That's what it is, because that's all they got from him.
Okay.
There's nothing else of worthy.
But he carried that team by himself. That 2010
and you
team.
said when he was healthy, and that's the other problem. Rodman was always available. The best ability is availability.
Yep.
Like
Preach, Eric.
What he did.
7 seasons.
7 seasons. I love and respect both players. I wouldn't put anyone down. I'm not putting them down. I'm just saying, like, when you're in the ring of honor for a team, it's ring, RING. You gotta want a ring to be in there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I hear you. We're switching to baseball, and only two this year made to the Baseball Hall of Fame: Andrew Jones of the Atlanta Braves and Carlos Beltran of the New York Mets. My only remembrance of Carlos Beltran, unfortunately, was him standing there in the 2006 NL Championship Series against St. Louis, stood there and took 3 pitches like he was frozen like a statue. Still bothers me. Don't know what he was doing. Could have swung and missed. Could have done something. He just stood there.
He stood there.
Mack could have done that. Walt could have done that. Anybody could have done that. I still respect his game. I think he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. People say that, with Houston, there was a lot of, mischievousness with cheating and stuff, but I don't think he was a part of that at that point. I believe that they both deserve it. Andrew Jones was one of the greatest Braves I think they've had in a long time. He deserved it. Great defensive player, great offensive player. Carlos Beltran is going in as a Met. I kind of surprised me. I thought maybe he was going to go in as a Houston Astro, but he's going in as a Met.
Yeah,
other than him standing there and taking 3 pitches like deer in headlights, I still respect him and give him his flowers. Are you happy about these 2 guys making it, Mack? And do you think they both deserve it?
So Carlos Beltran, you're right. I know who he is. Jones, I'm not too familiar with him, but Carlos Beltran, you're right. And I remember him as an Astro, not necessarily a Met. So I'm surprised I don't know how they make a decision when you play for multiple teams of what credentials you ride in on. Now, did Beltran win a title? Yes or no? I'm asking you, Ray.
I think he won one. He won one with Houston, not with the Mets.
Okay, so what is the issue then with Houston and him not going as Houston? Because that's where he won a title at. And I'll bring this back to the Rose experiment. This guy won a championship. Does he deserve to get into the Hall? Necessarily, but his stats prove it that he was. And he won as an Astro. So I don't know why the Mets are taking credit for him when he won a chip with the Astros. Jones,
Andrew Jones was here. All right. Well, I think Beltran's going in as a Met because he played more seasons with
him
with the Mets, and I think he's, from what I've heard, he's gunning for a Mets coaching job, so maybe that has something to do with it as well. All right. Well, what do you got?
Look, I think both are very deserving of it. Like these, I don't remember Carlos Beltran. I remember Andrew Jones a little bit more. From my point of view. And I think especially when he had a couple of seasons with the Braves. My dad was an Atlanta Braves fan for a little bit as well. And so, look, I think both are deserving. I think Andrew Jones, he had over 400 home runs, 10 Golden Gloves. So, like, he was very deserving. Beltran, unfortunately, I don't remember.
You remember 2006, him standing there, taking those 3 pitches? It haunts me. I have nightmares sometimes. I break out in a sweat. Like, what are you doing? Swing! And he just stood there. 3 straight fastballs. Just stood there and just like, oh, that's a nice fastball. Oh, that's another nice fastball. Oh, that's a nice. Oh, I'm out. Oh, wow. It was like, oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice too. I was like, what are you doing?
But beyond that, do you have any other fond memories of him beyond that?
I remember him making some great catches and getting them to win the division. 2006 Mets won the division. They got to the championship series, so he did a lot. But unfortunately, like I said, I just can't get that image out of my mind. Like I would have been so much happier if he just struck out. And it is what it is, dude. Eric says Andrew Jones was such an awesome player. I remember when he was a rookie in the World Series against the Yankees, and Mel Bertrand when he came with the Royals. Yeah, Andrew Jones, Gold Glove. He deserves his flowers. Yep. All right, the last topic of the night, and I don't know if Mack follows it as much as me and Walt do, but I'm sure he'll have some input. Big fight in Madison Square Garden this Saturday as Timo Lopez defends his light welterweight title against Shakur Stevenson. Some people are saying, so calm down, Mac, are saying Shakur Stevens is the greatest defensive boxer since Floyd Mayweather. They're saying he's that dude now, and they're predicting Stevenson to beat Lopez, to take the title. They're putting all their money on this guy. They're making Stevenson into the next cash cow.
The next cash cow.
They're making him this dude.
I know.
I'll start this off.
Go ahead.
I'm going to start this off. I think Shakur Stevenson is going to beat him. I don't think he's going to knock him out because I don't think Stevenson has knockout power.
Yeah, I was going to say
he's a great defensive boxer. I think it's blasphemy to put him in Floyd Mayweather's breath, but people are saying it, so it is what it is. The boxing experts are saying that he has that, so I'll let them say what they have to say. They know more about the sport than I do. Timo Lopez is a great fighter. He's the champ, but his back's against the wall. I think Stevenson's defense is just too good. It'll be a great fight. And we shall see, but I'm going to take Stevenson by decision. All right, Mac, what you got? I don't think he's going to knock him out. I don't think he can knock him out. Yeah, I don't think he could surprise me.
Yeah. He's not necessarily a southpaw either, which can be. I mean, okay. So here's my thoughts. I think Stevenson is going to win. And you're right. A decision, I think, is going to be the case because he is not known for knockout ability. I think he's only in his record at this point has like 5 or 6 knockouts. Others have been all decisions, but unanimous, mind you, too. So I don't know if Stevenson, if they're barking like the next coming of Floyd, they got to pick somebody.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it can't just be average Joe Smith. They got to bring some kind of noise to help this guy.
I mean, he's undefeated. He's undefeated.
Yeah. To help his numbers as far as like revenue generating to attract people to watch.
Yeah.
Like,
and for those who don't live in New York, I know Mac knows this area pretty well because he's from the tri-state. He's not fighting in the small arena. He's fighting in the big garden where the Knicks play.
Yeah, exactly. Madison Square Garden is prime time.
He's not in the theater. He's fighting in the garden.
In the garden, yeah. So
he's got some.
He's got what's called the cachet right now. He's got the ring and buzz. Of course, they want to find the next heir apparent to Mayweather. They're all looking for the next. Just like when Jordan retired, who's going to be the next guy? It was Kobe, and then from Kobe, LeBron walked in. There's always looking for the next guy. Lopez, I think, is a situation where he's got the title, but he doesn't have the momentum. And you know what I mean? If Stevenson wins, you know what I mean? Everyone's going to expect it. But that can give the motivation Lopez to win also, too. Everyone's hating on me. I must prove them all wrong. So, you know what I mean?
So who do you got and what round? And call it, Mac.
All right, Stevenson decision.
All right. All right, Walt, what you got?
So, look, I think this is going to be a great fight. I think Stevenson, he has more knockouts than that. Mac, I think he has like 10 or 11.
10 or 11. Okay. All right.
So like, and Lopez has about like 12 or 13, right? So I know that Shakur is moving up in weight for this fight. Yes. So that
right super there, welterweight.
I think
135 or 140.
140.
Oh, he's fighting 140. Okay. So he's putting on weight because I think he's a natural 130.
Yeah, so he's putting on weight. So, like, he's going up to face Lopez. Now, I don't know how that's going to impact him. It shouldn't really impact him at all. But, like, when I was, like, looking up some stats on these guys, you heard of PPA, right? Like the punch power accuracy?
Yeah.
Stevenson is almost at 40%. Lopez is almost at 20.
Wow.
So, like, that means he hits, with more accuracy, more of his power hits land, right?
Yeah.
And that's why the Mayweather comparison is why the talk is.
Yeah. And so, like, I think that Stevenson should win this fight. I don't think anyone's going to get knocked out. I think it's going to go the distance. I just feel like that Stevenson seems like he's level-headed and, like, he focuses on his stuff. So I feel like it's going to be by decision, but I wouldn't be surprised if Lopez like sneaks out a win somehow.
All right, I'm going to ask you this though: if Shakur loses, what does that do for him? Because that's going to ruin him. Because he loses this fight, all this hype is gone. I mean,
and he'll have a loss.
For Timo Lopez, he becomes the new king. So I hear what you're saying, dude. That could be. I think it's gonna be a good fight. Do you think are you going Shakur or are you going Lopez? Upset. Well, it won't be an upset. He's the champ. So,
man, I think it's gonna be a good fight, and my gut is telling me that Lopez is gonna surprise people, man, and give Sakura Stevenson his first L.
Will it be because of the weight, or just that Lopez just got it?
That'll
He's
be
the champ
the
for a reason.
excuse.
I think it would be just the weight for Stevenson coming up there. I think that may be it, but I could be wrong too. You know, Stevenson
he has to weigh in at least 140. So that means he's walking around at 145, 146.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big jump from 130. I hear what you're saying.
It is.
Eric says Stevenson's defense reminds me of James Toney, who's all about defense. He fought off the ropes, which is rare. Yeah, James Toney was. I agree.
James Toney.
I remember that. All right, we're going to the final buzzer. This is where you can ask us anything about anything. Get your questions out, and we are going to cause this a wrap. Fernando says Derrick Rose was worse than Anthony Davis. Oh my goodness!
In terms of injury,
yes, I guess so.
Yeah.
He's saying Rose was with the Bulls for 7 seasons. I'll never respect Bulls players when he went down. We had that comment. Maria's on Mack's side. Derrick Rose is a bust.
Yeah, thank you, Maria. Thank you for tuning in tonight too, lady.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Looks like everybody is done with their comments, so let's end this. Eric, thank you for the love and support. We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Guys, love you, man.
All right, Mack. This is it. Walt, I'll let you say goodbye first.
All right.
Promote yourself, and I will see you next week.
Glad to be here, guys. Again, if you want to learn about payroll or you want to find out how your business can save money or just do payroll better, tune in to It's About Payroll. We're all over the place. We're any place you listen to podcasts, we're there. We're on YouTube. We have videos you can watch. We have little clips that we put out. Or you can go to itsaboutpayroll.io. Check us out.
All right, stay in the studio, and I will talk to you in a minute. All right, Mack.
All right, America. I just want to say, as usual, like, share, subscribe to Boink Studios. I just want to give a shout out to everyone to make sure you stay safe with this season with snow. We've got this weather. I struggled a little. However, take care of your health, America. Please take care of yourself with this weather.
Yes, indeed. All right, brother. Stay in the studio, brother. All right, there's another episode of Ray Sports and Slams. Again, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. BoinkStudios.com, Ray Sports and Slams. Love you. See you next week.